hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of love. The face of love. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. The face of love. You are the face of God. The face of God. I hold you in my heart. You in my heart. You are a part of me. A part of me. You are the face of God. The face of God. You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of
sei la luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are
God.
the face of God.
You are the
Tu
face of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
sei
I breathe in. I breathe out. I take in. I give out. I release, and I know. I forgive. I receive. I can feel. I believe. I am healed. I am whole. I release. I know.
Everyone wishes to live their Everyone wishes to live their best life. We experiment with various ways to achieve that, whether it is through study, competing, finding a partner, working hard, or admiring someone who inspires you. It is the quality of our inner being that does it all, or grapples with fulfilling life's calling. For the past 20 years, the Brahma Kumaris in Washington, D.C. has been a space for any and everyone to enter into and experience one's soul calling. From 1997, the center opened in an old rickety house on Georgia Avenue in Silver Spring, Maryland, where cars and trucks that passed by would shake the space. But when you were inside, it was a peaceful and powerful sanctuary for all who visited. Since then, over 2,500 events, 17 city and nationwide initiatives, 21 awards, 2 meditation museums have served youths, senior citizens, entrepreneurs, scientists, authors, women, interfaith, the disabled, environment, small businesses, arts seekers, and even leaders. Millions of lives have been served, either through social media, the popular America Meditating radio show, or through exhibitions, lectures, partnerships, and programs held in the meditation museums and centers. We look at 20 years of service as a continued journey of love, courage, wisdom, and determination with friends from diverse backgrounds and thought who believe a better world is possible when we make ourselves better human beings. Meditation is an important tool that helps us to gain greater clarity, insights, and inner power so we can make healthy choices and amplify our capacity to live a full life. In times of great anxiety, insecurity, and fear, meditation is an essential practice for everyone to gain stability and inner strength. Just look at what a few dedicated, purposeful, and kind group of committed people have been able to achieve in 20 years. Thanks to everyone who have supported us along the way. And thanks in advance to those who believe in our work and power of intent. Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museums, where peace is inside. Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to your next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna, and I'm going to basically assume that you're doing well, because it's better that we think of always the proactive, the beneficial, the best, and not allow ourselves to get so stuck in the rabbit hole. Even though sometimes even being in that place also helps to redirect the course of the soul. It's no secret that challenges or test papers come in very interesting gift packages. Comes in the form of a human being, finances, our mental state of mind, our physical well-being. And when they're not working so well, it feels like sorrow. I feel like I end up in a kind of a dark place. And when we're going through it, it feels like we're not quite sure whenever we're going to get out of it. It's just, you feel stuck, you feel weak, you feel loss, and you feel alone. Even if you're in a household filled with people and all of those things, you still feel like you're a little bit alone in this process. And one of the interesting things about what's going on with our lives today is that we're being given a lot of test papers to evolve into the light that we are. Somebody sent me a WhatsApp image today, and it had 2 figures on it. It was like a stick figure. And one of it had what I think, and it was a figure that was very shaded, darkened. And then the other figure had that this is what I am, and they were all lit. It was just a glow. And I looked at that image for a while today, and I said, it's so true how we can get stuck in a particular pattern of thinking, which really isn't very helpful for us. And yet the original nature of the soul is light. So it's sort of like you are light, but you keep turning it off. And you turn it off because of body consciousness. You turn it off because of algae. You turn it off because of some limit that you are holding inside of yourself for you. If you had participated in the Raj Yoga meditation course that I conducted a while back, I'm sure it must have taught you some deep insights in regards to you really are that living soul, and that living soul is the light. That light is who we are. And when it is filled with divine experiences, pure experiences, positive experiences, real-time experience of bringing my best of me forward, I'm going to illuminate. I'm going to glow. I'll carry an aura. And even before I enter a room that I'm supposed to go in, the light will be in that room to greet me. That's the extent of illumination that we actually have the ability to radiate. The issue is that, again, when you're stuck in a memory or an experience of the past and it goes unattended, or you feel like you don't have the power to face it, that energy, that thought form, that feeling in you, that vibration attracts almost as if exactly what you're thinking. It comes in a way in which those emotions are what you will use in the manifestation of what you're dealing with, whether it's an event, a person, a circumstance, a money, health, whatever. The manifestation of the physical reality, mark my word and look at it for yourself. Physically it's manifesting, but check the emotion. The emotion that you're feeding is that emotion of lack, where the light doesn't exist. And it's showing up for you and me to basically see it so clear, like, okay, since you're not able to capture the subtle signals that are emerging in you, where you're subtly being told, don't do it like that, don't say it like that, don't be like that, but you ignore the signals, then it starts to manifest in a physical form to kind of hit you on the head with a hammer and say, look, this is what's going on. And then you look at the emotions that you apply to that manifestation. That's your proof. That thought form and that vibration isn't an illumination. And yet at the same token, because the universe self-corrects, and the universe is actually in order, it's just that we put it out of order with our way of thinking, is that even though you and I might walk down that particular path of nowhere else, like nowhere to go, it's a path to nowhere. It's like every time you go down that thought form of doubt or questioning or fear, anxiety, uncertainty, insecurity, lack of worth, jealousy, competition, anger, rage, the list goes on and on. But every time you go down that road, you end up with a dead end. It's not going to give you anything in return, at least nothing that will flourish. And yet the universe is so self-correcting that even if you and I choose to make that error, something comes to rescue you. Maybe it's the next normal. Something will come out of the next normal that just hits you in the head and goes, she's right. Maybe it's something that you heard on the radio, or something you might have surfed on the internet. Maybe it's a friend that you spoke to over the phone, a relative, your child, your spouse. This was the way they said it. It was the time that they said it. It was the way they looked. And all of a sudden, it sparks a realization in you. And you realize, I should be better. For far too long, many of us kill our conscience, we kill our feelings. And the only reason why we would do that is because we've been hurt too much. Because we didn't have enough spiritual knowledge, we mistook love for attachment. So we would blame love for broken hearts. We would blame, being broken-hearted, we would blame love for it. When love has nothing to do with a broken heart. Love will actually mend your broken heart. Love will actually expand your heart. Love will actually make everything work so easily and so smoothly for you. Don't even ask. But it's the attachment that comes in. And it's the attachment that's responsible for my broken heart. It's the attachment that's responsible for my fear, anxiety, insecurity, a lack of sense of self-worth. But again, because we didn't have enough spiritual understanding and knowledge, we mistook that. So imagine, as a soul, carrying that interpretation for birth after birth and not realizing that I've been confusing the greatest power, which is love. I've been mixing it with attachment and thinking that I'm afraid to love. I don't want to be open to love anymore because I'm going to get brokenhearted. I'm going to lose something. When really what the soul needs to get over the hump would be love. And love is the greatest light form that you and I could ever embody in our lives. Let's look at a nice little video that some of our youths put together from Australia. It's really basically sharing with you how whatever you are as a soul energetically, that has a way of impacting people. And if you are a light in the world, just imagine how many other lights you'll be able to ignite or to amplify. So I'd like for you to enjoy this video, and I'll see you back shortly. such a fascinating video, isn't it? Not one word spoken, but you captured the meaning of it. Imagine if you could be so illuminated that just a mere passerby can feel your vibration, and from being hopeless, they become hopeful. I wanted us to revisit the first lesson that I offered in the Raj Yoga meditation course. The lesson on the soul is the beginning, the middle, and the end of your spiritual journey. It is really the genesis of the Brahma Kumaris teachings of Raj Yoga meditation, because everything stays recorded in the soul, and some of those recordings are remembered, some of them are deeply influential without us even knowing, and some of them are so recognizable that you can easily approach it and make a difference. Let's say, for example, you have a physical illness and your heart's not working well. It's easy for you to recognize it. The heart palpitates, or maybe you're running out of breath and you go to the doctor and the doctor knows the symptoms and they tell you you need to have a surgery on your heart. You can recognize it quickly. The doctor goes in, unblocks your arteries, and then after your surgery and your healing process, you start to breathe better. You feel stronger. You start to move better. In the same way, when we move out a lot of unwanted, negative thoughts and emotions, we as a soul begin to feel better and we do better. Because we don't necessarily have something that kind of supports the better version of you. Sometimes we just walk around with an idea of what we want in our lives, and we're not thinking about the absolute long term. I remembered how folks used to tell me a lot, Sister Jenna, you guys do too much, you should slow down, you should do this, it's about balance. And I would look at them and I would say, yeah, my balance is connected to 5,000 years of living. It's not a balance of my almost 60 years of existence. So that's a completely different definition of balance for me. So again, when I even listen to folks, I'm very, very mindful who is telling me what, with what understanding they have, but also I respect their thoughts and their care. Yet at the same token, I, the soul, have to make a decision. So when we think about becoming the light and being the light that can radiate like 1,000 suns, we go to where the source of the light emerges, from within, the soul, the energy behind our eye. Now think for a moment and let's just try this example for our own lives, okay? What if I invited you to visit a particular period? It could even be now. But it's a particular period where you don't feel inspired, you don't feel safe, you are uncertain of what the future holds. There's a lot of anxiety, okay? What got you to that place? How did you get to that place where you feel that way? Would you blame it on an event? Would you blame it on a person? So many times now we say America's going through its dark, dark days. And people nowadays, all they do with each other, some folks, they call each other names, they speak profanity to each other, they defame one another, they criticize, and they speak really, really dark things about each other. And when they do that, how does that make you feel? Even when you watch it or hear it, how does it make you feel? Pretty low energy, isn't it? So imagine if even now you're just feeling a little lifeless, like you're not quite sure what matters to you anymore. But you do know that the place that you're in doesn't feel inspirational. How did the soul get to that place energetically? So once you go inwards, you get to recognize, I'm not going to feel what I'm feeling without a cause. So did I was I like almost careless in terms of I wasn't paying attention? Let's just use that word instead. And I got on the phone and I was talking about a friend of mine that's, going through maybe a hardship, and I was gossiping about them. Was I watching the news and judging who I think is a good or a bad person? Have I been addicted to negative information, negative news, derogatory energies, what they call like reality TV shows, where you don't necessarily have to be a better version of yourself. You can kick and fight and brawl with each other just to keep people entertained. Because after a while, when you, the soul, continue to serve a thought form that has a conversation in your head of why you think you're better by putting someone else down, it takes away your light. It dims your light. When you develop the thought form in the soul of having a desire because something inside of your personality is lacking, it dims your light. When you have a thought form of feeling that you're just not good enough, you're dimming your light. When you get this thought form that you think money, car, a partner, the way you look is the source of your happiness, you're dimming your light. It's a thought form. And it's a low vibrational frequency. And it's all coming from the soul, the energy of light behind your eyes. And it was all a pattern. And the irony is the media supports it. Definitely news, social media, all forms of media. But imagine having a society where media, government, corporations, family, friends, society are all vibrating with that same energy of frequency. How much attention you have to pay to not be succumbed by that vibration. I did this experiment many years ago. Well, not that many years ago. I'd say about maybe 2 years ago at the Meditation Museum. I'd like to do it with you again because I believe I did do it a few months ago, but I found it to be really, really important. Let's say, for example, I ask you, do you have 9 cents in your financial folder, so to speak? Do you have 9 cents in your life? Then I'm sure you'll say, of course I do. Of course I have 9 cents. Good. Congratulations. I'm so glad. And I think just about everybody who's watching would say, of course I have 9 cents. Feel free to put your thumb up or put your 9 cents in the comment field as we continue on this journey. How many of you actually own or possess 90 cents? Wonderful, huh? To have 90 cents. You might could just actually put 2 quarters in a parking machine to get some time while you go into the store to get something. You see how valuable 90 cents can be to you? If you've parked your car in Washington, D.C., and you don't have a quarter, and that meter is demanding a quarter, you'll understand how important 90 cents is for you. All right, so let's imagine now, anyone out there, do you possess $9? Imagine what $9 can do, huh? Can buy you a little lunch. Or it could take you to the dollar store and get a whole bunch of dollar items. Or $9 can do some stuff. It can help you. There's a bus line that travels from Washington to New York. I think it's called Bolt or something. And I was told that you can get on that bus for $1. I think it's like last minute reservation. If there's a seat, you can pay $1 to get on that bus to take you from DC to New York or from New York to DC. That is something else, huh? So $9 is no joke because you'll have $8 left over. Then you can go and buy yourself a good sandwich, a New York sandwich when you go to New York. All right, $90. How many possess $90 in their lives right now? You're getting pretty good. You're like getting even more wealthy. So imagine the different levels of light that can exist in you, which can do things that can make your life into an incredible experience. So now you've got $90. You can do a lot with $90. How many of you possess $90? Whether it's in your checking account, saving accounts, credit card, or in your handbag or your wallet, or somewhere in a drawer, or maybe your quarters have been adding up over a period of time, or your coins. All right, so now let's move on to the big clubs. How many of you possess $900? Put it down. Put your hands up. Now let's go up a little bit. How many of you right now have access to $9,000? Either in your checking account, savings account, credit card, and the house. $9,000 can do a lot. Wow, $9,000. I'd love $9,000 right now. Okay, move up a little bit, up the tier. $90,000. How many of you possess $90,000 right now? Whether it's in your savings account, checking, credit card, or at your home. Thumbs up. Show it off in your comments list. Don't give your address. But imagine what you could do with $90,000. You can pay down on a home. You can buy a new Tesla. You can help out a family member. You can invest in stocks or in bitcoins. You can do home repairs. You can travel around the world with your family. $90,000. Let's move up the tier now. How many of you possess $900,000 in your bank account, in your savings, credit card? How are you feeling as I raise the value of your worth? $900,000. What can you do with $900,000? Let's go a little higher. $9 million. How many of you out there possess $9 million? And what can you do with that? What would you do with it? How are you feeling as you raise your bar of capacity? Remember, we started off with 9 cents. 9 cents. Then we went to 90 cents. That it would be enough at least for me to put 2 quarters and a few dimes in a parking machine so I don't get a ticket that would cost me $50 or $75. And now we're up to $9 million is my worth. One more level. Anyone out there that possess $9 billion, and if you are out there, please call me. $9 billion. I want you to feel that. What would it be like if I had in assets, in my bank, in my credit, the accessibility to $9 billion? Would I think like I have 9 cents? What would I do with $9 billion? How would I feel about myself? How would I enter in the room? How would people treat me from 9 cents to $9 billion worth? Would my life be different? You bet it certainly would be. And that's what I love about the path of spirituality. and Raja Yoga meditation. Because you know what it will continuously do for you? It'll continuously nudge you to aim higher. Aim higher. Why? The soul is unlimited, eternal, imperishable, immortal, infinite. So if you are a living energy with such an unlimited capacity, why then should I choose to use my greatest resource, which is the resource of thought, that seems as if I'm only serving 90 cents, $9, $90 worth of my energy or capacity? So that means even when I look up at other people, and I go, wow, 900,000, 9 million, $9 billion, just if you even remotely feel you could never get that, you never will. And if you remotely feel you could never be spiritual, never be peaceful, never be an embodiment of love or power or purity, then you never will. Because you have fed that thought to such an extent that you are believing you're not enough for that. So you look at the whole state of the world today, and if you see everybody living in the same mentality, but wanting the 9 billion, but they're all living with the consciousness and the attitude of 9 cents, 90 cents, $90, $900, and they're in a little thing, well, I got 900, they only have 9 cents. Still, like, what is that? That's still nothing compared to the real depth of the worth and the value of the soul. So I'm issuing you this challenge tonight to begin a whole new paradigm of thinking for yourself. To begin to write down, by my bed is my journal. And I will go in that book at whatever time of the morning I get up or I go to bed, and I'll write, this is who I am. And whenever you write down whatever it is, the thought, whether my thought might be, I am a loving person, I just know I am, I'm this. And even if I write it and I'm not feeling it, it goes to prove that I've been living from a place of attachment and a loveless interpretation of myself. Because I should feel the flow of who I am. Yesterday, we had our friend Valerie Stills over, and she's an NBA player, Women's National Basketball Association Hall of Famer. Valerie, if you're watching, I hope I did that right. So she's over, and I says, you can't be here at Baba's house and you don't take us out on the basketball court to play basketball. She's like, yeah, I'll kind of show you some moves. And we went out there yesterday and we just had the time of our lives. Now, I am not a basketball player. I have absolutely no athletic abilities. In my pinky, in my bone, in my hair, nothing. Apart from table tennis, I'm really awesome at that. But nothing else. Okay, race car driving, I'm great at that. No, but nothing else, right? And we went out there, and because I knew there was an expert out there on the court, I just knew that I could trust to be open and free to see if I can do it. Do you know why? Because I knew that she would guide me and she would tell me what to do, how to throw the ball, how to be able to maneuver the ball. And so I was remembering and recollecting that moment for me, because I didn't go on the court feeling like I really don't know how to play basketball. I went on the court saying, oh my, that's an NBA Hall of Famer. She's going to show me how to play basketball. I'm going to carry the confidence. I'm going to put that ball in that bucket, what do you call it, in that net. And sure enough, she would be in awe, going, where did you get those moves? And I'm like, I was thinking of Kobe and LeBron and Michael Jordan and Steve Curry. And I said, I've been watching these guys when I was a younger lady in my 20s or 30s, or my 20s mostly, that I used to love to watch basketball. So I was thinking that so many of us have examples of folks. For example, tonight's topic about being light. There are people in your life that are embodiments or instruments of light. They are in your life. So do you choose to really turn to them with that understanding that I am going to grow from this person or from this experience because they are a few steps ahead of me? You know, and I stress this to people. Don't keep staying with people who you're just comfortable with in your same vibrational frequency. Sometimes it will get lonely because you're thinking different. You see things differently, but that's just what life is like. As you continue to elevate and get higher and higher in your consciousness, it's natural for you to sometimes feel like, you know, you're not going to be walking with the herd. You're going to be walking with a few who are also invested in maintaining their light and seeing their light. So as we look at this experiment of moving from 9 cents to 9 billion, look at how your inner world stretches, your spirit is stretching, your soul stretches from thinking it is limited to the unlimited. Your soul stretches from being finite to infinite, from being perishable to imperishable. You start to live from a different level of thinking. So whoever is in your life, whatever situations, circumstances, people, things, places you might be encountering or being with, is there a chance or is there an opportunity for you to shine brighter? Is there an opportunity for you to really shine your light because you're learning something from them? And never underestimate what you can learn from a person. I learned from a basketball star yesterday. Then you might think, what does basketball have to do with my life? A lot. I learned how to keep my focus. I learned how to find rhythm. I learned how to be more confident about who I am. I learned about teamwork. I learned about strategy. I learned about being determined. I learned about believing that I have what it takes. Look at that. From a simple game. Or I could have went on the court and go, I can't do basketball. I'm a yogi. I don't do that. There's a learning lesson for all of us at every step of the game. And I believe if we're not moving from our 9%, 9 cent, 90 cent, $9, 9,000, 900,000 to my 9 million or 9 billion mark, I'm not opened. I'm not open to acknowledging I am an immortal, eternal, imperishable, pure, powerful, and loving soul. I don't believe it. And if you don't believe that, then every thought and decision that you make, predominantly, let's say 90% of it, will be based on feeding the limited. The ego self, the self that's attached, the one that's limited. It's like you're just used to the wattage of your bulb being 25 watt instead of 100. I know in developing countries when I visit them, energy is very much preserved because it's still older countries, so they've used energy longer. There are more people in that particular country or in those countries. In America, we waste the most energy out of all the countries in the world. Well, we're a newer civilization. Population is only 330 million. Go somewhere where there are 1 billion people who need electricity. So when you go into their homes, their wattage is usually about 25. Now, majority of the people use LED lights, which is good. But you can get used to being dim. You just get used to dimming your light. And especially when somebody is shining very, very bright in your life, you sometimes feel, I can't shine that bright, and you dim your light for them too. And Baba will always say, don't do that. Learn from the one who is lit and shine as bright and work together in keeping your lights lit and evolving. It would be such a beautiful world if we each help each other to shine brighter day by day. So let's see if we can make a really concerted decision. What's my yes? What's my no? You can always give your yes towards shining brighter, but you can also give your yes to dimming your light. You can always give your no to not dimming your light and really know that you believe in your light to keep shining and making a difference in the world. Let's have a lovely meditation right now, and I'm inviting you to just take a pause, and hopefully whatever Baba has said through me tonight has touched someone out there today and has offered you a lot more insights and faith and belief and courage and resilience and just enthusiasm to bring that energy into your narrative now more than ever. So let's do a little meditation together. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Breathe in deeply again. And exhale. Right now, at this very moment, take a deep breath in and out. Remind yourself that yes and no can be a full sentence. So stop trying to please everyone. Stop stressing. Say yes or no. It's a full sentence. Breathe in deeply. Release. Accept that you are perfect just as you are, and you are open for room for change. No more stress. Say yes or no. Sway your body left and right very slowly. Come back to the center. Center your eyes. And then direct your eyes as far upwards as you can. Come back to the center. Direct it downwards as far down as you can. Come back to the center. Sway left, sway right. Remind yourself, yes is a full sentence. No is a full sentence. Today, stop stressing trying to people please, and please yourself. Perfect, right? A really important kind of a just settling in and being with oneself. That video, we captured it when we were in New York for, what was the program? I think it was Deepak Chopra. We went to do something at his facility, and then there was the other ocean view of Fisher Island in Miami, where we would stay with our friends. So does anyone have any questions? Did today's sharing make any sense to you? Anything at all that's percolating inside of your consciousness, inside of the soul? Remember, you and I and 8 billion of us are souls, and there's a recording in the soul that's actually governing our choices in life, and it's governing the way we're interpreting ourselves and interpreting each other. And if we can somehow neutralize the experiences by adding the connection of the soul to the remembrance of the Supreme, then as a living soul, remembering the experience of pure love from the divine, then my interpretation, my choices will always come from that place. And what an interesting flow that would be. All right. So let me see. Louise, nice to have you. Say hello to our tribe out there. Ranju, nice to have you. Bryn, great. Valerie, you're on. Om Shanti. Thank you for your wonderful fragrance this weekend. It was just really a delight to have you at Baba's house this weekend. Nikki Dicky, you enjoyed it? Wonderful. Thanks you. Bryn, Parveen, Grace, Aditi, Erica, Khalees, CJ, Nagrashi, Kailash, Denise, Antonia, Om Shanti, welcome back. Grace, Darlin, Samantha, Nikhil Kumar Joshi, was nice to see you all this week. And a big shout out to you all, and to Janvi and to Bill, sending lots of love. And by the way, guess whose birthday it is today? I don't see her on, but it's Portia Davidson's birthday today. So of course we have to give Portia a big, 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 big shout out and a happy, happy, auspicious, unlimited, powerful, pure, incredible day of celebrating her life, celebrating the day she was born to bring so much light and enthusiasm to the planet. So Portia Davidson, on behalf of all of your family members with the Next Normal, each and every one of us is sending you our purest blessings, good wishes, and unlimited love on this very special day of yours. Actually, we wanted to come and surprise her in the RV today, but matters just changed and we just ended up taking a little down day today, and I really enjoyed that, to be very honest with you. So we had a really kind of a quiet day and just a little of, it's taking it easy. Santosh cooked an amazing meal that I still enjoyed, and I'm just like, took it easy today. So I'm sure you'd be all happy to know that. So for Portia, many, many birthday greetings, my dear sweet sister. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to put those in, and Santosh will play another beautiful, beautiful, maybe meditation song, maybe one of those by Karen Drucker. Yeah. And we can end the show with that talking. Yeah, so I hope today's session struck a chord, and I'm really inviting you, raise your light. Raise your light. And the way you can raise your light is really sometimes at that moment when you know you're having a waste or a critical or judgmental thought about somebody. Right at that moment, just turn it around. Just say, no, I can't do that. I can't do that to my light. Where am I going with this? Why would I say that? Why would I think that? You just shift it. You go, no, no, Baba, no, that's not who I am. And as many times as you can catch it, catch it. Catch and change. Catch and change. Catch and change. Do your CC, like how you do CC on emails, right? Or on your texts. So catch and change. Because if my thoughts are, it's just being fed, because that's just what I'm used to. When it's low vibrational, it's just I'm used to it. And when I turn on the television, they confirm it. When I turn to my spouse, maybe they'll confirm it. When I turn to my in-laws or my friends, they confirm that I'm normal to stay, low vibrational. But when you're in your quietude, whether you're in the kitchen cooking or you're in the bathroom getting ready, or you're walking from one room to another room, or you're just online getting ready to shop for groceries and you just had a moment to pause, or you're just passing time, that quietude signals to you and say, this isn't the best of me yet. I've not reached the best of me yet. I can feel it. I see it in my environment. This isn't my best, and why should I just settle for that when I'm God's child? And everything about me says, You can be more, you can do more. Something Valerie said, which I really appreciated. And she says, you know, as athletes, we tend to just be naturally wired to compete. But when she was watching me playing basketball, she noticed that I wasn't competing with anyone, but I was competing with being a better version of myself. And just her saying that kind of triggered an awakening and a deeper realization that she could see that. And I said, that's so true. I'm not here trying to convince anyone how good I am. I'm here to try to figure out how good I can be for me, you know, and how much can that light shine for me, and wherever I might go, that would be of the service to our greater humanity. That's what I want more than anything else. So for the closing of today's show, my recommendation is don't settle for less. Just don't. Not if the soul is immortal and eternal. Santosh gave me the statistics of what we have done since the lockdown and the pandemic. I was absolutely surprised. Santosh says we have produced over, get this now, 1,040 shows. Who does that in 7 months? 1,040 shows. And I looked at him and I says, wow, you are incredible that you could do that. So he just never even thought of himself as the one that was behind the scenes making it happen. I go, who does that? 1,040 shows Santosh has produced in the last 7 months. Then he's now in the studio going, but you too, sister, you're the one that was in front of that. This ain't about me right now. This is about me looking into his soul and wondering how he has been able to do that. You know, what's in his heart, how, you know, he's expanding his capacity. When Naveen was here, he was so shocked to look at the statistics of the numbers. And I was like, wow, 1,040? Because our morning starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then we have another session at 6:30. And then during the day, I have different meetings. And then evening, you know, the next normal or spiritual vaccine hour. Oh, and then I forgot Wise-ish for America Meditating Radio at 8:30. And to be honest with you, everyone, I just know we're out of 9 cents, $9 category, 900 category, and $9,000 category. We're out of that category. Even though we know folks that are in that space, we want to hang out with folks that are in a different tier so that we can offer more of our light to the world. So that's what I was saying, you know, that he has so much light that he's able to continue to persevere like that. So on behalf of all of us, I think we want to give him a big, big hand of appreciation. He's going, no, sister, it's you. So just a big, big appreciation for his dedication, his consistency, his commitment, his flexibility, and his care and respect for the task at hand. So I think it's safe for me to speak on behalf of the whole community of the work that you've been doing, Brother Santosh, and to Antonia, who is manning the ship behind the scenes and making sure that we're all in check, and information, the details, the topics, the feedback, the letters, the emails, the production for AM radio, and all of that. My big, big heartfelt respect and appreciation to you, Antonia, who we affectionately call Turmeric, which is an inside story. But she has also raised her light. I can't tell you how many occasions, everyone, Turmeric and I will be sitting at the table working until 10 or 11 o'clock at night on an assignment or a project that we have to do. And so many people feel that when you come into spirituality, you just sit there and om. Yes, but What do you do with the power of your Om that's accumulated in you? Do you just sit there and wait for people to worship you? Or do you allow that Om to do something to be of service to humanity? Now, I don't know if I have it all right, and I'm not saying that I do. But what I do sense is that when something has fuel and it has energy, it goes the extra mile. It's able to give more. It's able to bestow. It's able to not use its waste or its private time. What's it, private time? It's free time. It doesn't use its free time for things that are not useful. It will use its free time to see what can we do now to be of benefit? What can we share with humanity to be more of service? And I think the next normal will be attracting a tremendous amount of individuals who are awakened to soul consciousness, awakened to God's remembrance, and awakened to service for a better humanity. And I'm hoping that all of you out there in our next normal community, friends of our Brahma Kumaris meditation museums, that you will step up into that power for yourself and really make a difference. It doesn't have to be large. It can start just in your home, just in the way you take care of one another and the way you take care of your space. Even if it's just one space in the home that you choose to keep sacred, just add that light there. Add that light there. Okay? All right. So thank you all. Lots of applause. Santosh for you. Wonderful, wonderful. Santosh is trying to tell me, oh, I'm the one that's doing work too. No, but it's you. You are the one that's doing it. So we want to thank you for all that you've done. Okay? Bus. He's like, no, no, no. I'm going, bus. That's enough now. Just take it. Take the blessings. Take the blessings. Just take the blessings. You've earned it. You've earned it. Okay? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on Next Normal. Hope today has touched your heart and made you a much better person. Hopefully when you go to bed tonight, you'll feel like there's something new being birthed in you. There's a closeness to Baba's light. There's a closeness to your own light. But also there's just a truthfulness that's evolving from within you, where your light is just shining brighter than 1,000 suns. Don't forget to do a shout out, share something on whatever you'd like of whatever you've heard, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, or on YouTube. Feel free to share that out and make it a consistent theme. Thanks to those of you who've been hosting watch parties. We really appreciate it. And thank you to those of you who have signed up for reoccurring donations on our PayPal. Again, all of that is going to maintaining the meditation museums, that when we reopen, we'll still be able to reopen and keep them going, because we weren't able to file for what you call that stimulus thing, because all of our branches are connected to all of our 40 or so centers, and so it just would be a nightmare to try to do it. So we're just taking care of the spaces based on your love and your care. So again, if everybody just offers something tiny, it's going to make a big difference. It doesn't have to be large. Of course, it could be large if you want to, but just to keep it going. Again, I think pretty much you've all understood our hearts and who we are as people, and I'm pretty sure that you're intelligent folks, so you know the energy of the intent that is really running everything here. So lots of love to you, lots of unlimited pure feelings to each and every one of you. Sister Gita came down here tonight, and she's had a good day today, because we had a little easy day today too. So Santosh and I spent a lot of time with her in her room and just took some time together. So we really appreciated being able to just be with her today. So that kind of melted my heart today as well. So it's just been a good day. All right. So lots of pure feelings and Om Shanti. Have a lovely night. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Om Shanti.
gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest